If you're in a situation that you want to get your ex back, but she doesn't trust you, in this video, I'm going to show you what to do and how you can gain her trust one more time. So you're going to be grounded because, look, dude, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody fucks up, and that's okay. What is not okay is to pick the feminine frame after making the mistake. So you have to be very, very, very careful. Communicate with her without trying to sell yourself too hard or without trying to be so affected by this breakup. The first thing that I wanted to pay attention is that you gotta think about the thing that killed the trust, and it's different for every case. Some guys cheat, some guys act feminine, some guys act weak, some guys take it for granted. If you look at what happened between you and her, you did something triggered by some reactiveness and some emotional weakness that got her to a point that she stopped trusting you. So think about it. What was the thing that you did and killed the trust? So instead of jumping into, oh baby, I'm sorry, you can trust me, we can do it again, let me just give me another chance, or worse than that, getting into no contact, find out the reason why she stopped trusting you and work that. Put all of your focus and energy on working that. For example, I know most guys have problems with emotional weakness, like I told you, and it has different symptoms. When I talk to my clients, sometimes they tell me what happens at home and how their communication goes, and in the range of 24 hours, he goes through a range of emotions, and he shows her that. For example, Ben, I don't want to be with her anymore because she doesn't appreciate me. She told me she wants to break up. I don't want to be with her anymore. Fuck her. Then 2 hours later, Ben, I'm really sorry. I didn't want to tell her, but I told her I don't want to be with her because she doesn't appreciate me, but now I miss her. I made a mistake. So you gotta be consistent. This emotional weakness is one of the big ones. If you want to fix your relationship, I highly encourage you to understand your emotions, and that's what I teach you in the first week of the program, taking inner control. Make sure you read my book to understand inner control. The link is in the description. Second thing, I want you to choose the right frame. Most guys pick the wrong frame. Think about what happened between you and her. Let's say you made a mistake, or you took her for granted, or you cheated, or you didn't show up. You did something that killed the trust. Now, most guys fall into the apologetic or defensive frame, and all of their communication appears to be from a place of weakness. They keep apologizing she's going to forgive them. What it does, it actually kills the attraction and it works against them. I explained this in previous videos as well. If you want her to forgive you, if you want her to trust you, you have to act masculine. Masculine means you're chilled, you're calm, you're okay with the breakup, you accept your mistake, and you just apologize once. You do not want to communicate with her from the position of lack, so she looks at you and she sees you're miserable and upset and you're broken without her. You're doing whatever you can to get her back. I'm sorry I fucked up. I'm sorry I made a mistake. I want to work things out. I'm going to make things work again. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to fix it. That's as far as you go. I don't want it to start chasing her. I don't want it to start text terrorizing. I don't want it to drink and call her, baby, I'm so miserable without you, please come back home. Apologize once and pick the right friend, pick the right dynamic between you and her, because no one ever wins any negotiation from the position of weakness. If you pick the right angle, if you go in any relationship from the position of power, while you're being humble, the chances of you fixing that negotiation in your favor is really, really high. But if you go from the position of weakness, it's almost guaranteed that you're going to lose the negotiation. Stop trying to sell yourself so hard. The harder you try to tell her how much you want to be back together, or how good you and her are together, or how much you love her, the more you push this, the more she'll pull back. So position yourself in a way that you're not the one who's trying to convince her, baby, please come back, baby, please come back. I text different girls in different situations, and past 25 years it's been the same thing. Every time I push and I want it to happen more than she does, she pulls back. That's why in my book, the protocols, protocol number 6 is always show less interest to her that she shows to you, or always try to one step behind her in terms of showing interest or showing attraction, you know, because sometimes you really want to tell her something, but subconsciously it works against you, and it works against attraction and trust. Because if you look at what is the definition of attractive, an attractive dude is a dude who's in control. When your ex looks at you, If you want her to feel attracted to you, she needs to see that you're emotionally stable and she can rely on you. If she looks at you and she sees you're even more sad and upset than her, you cannot even take care of yourself, now how can I take care of her? Of course she won't feel attracted. So you're going to be grounded because, look dude, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody fucks up and that's okay. What is not okay is to pick the feminine frame after making the mistake. So you have to be very, very, very careful. Communicate with her without trying to sell yourself too hard or without trying to be so affected by this breakup. Next is acceptance. The best results come after you accept the setup. When you accept that this is the situation, this is how things are going to be, then you make peace with it. Only then you can function from the position of power. Only then you can implement the protocols that I give you. Only then you can text the right way. Only then you can control your emotions. Acceptance is like a superpower. If you accept what is going on, there's a process which in the program I teach you in first and second steps of state control system. So make sure if you haven't read my book yet, click the link in the description and read it. In there I teach you how to control your inner world and your thoughts and your emotions and your belief, because dude, you need to accept the setup. You need to accept that it's over so you can reattract her. Most guys, they don't accept that the relationship is over, then they try to push it, and she has completely moved forward for any reason. She doesn't feel the same way that you feel. And if you want to bring her to past, she's gonna resist. You have to accept that things are over, or that relationship is over. Next, a new relationship. And there's a way to bring it up. So you gotta accept that what you had in the past with her is over. Dude, your house, if you're living together, if you were a family, if you had a car together, if you had dreams, if you traveled, all memories, Facebook pictures, all of those is gone. That's behind you. You want to get her back, you got to look forward. Remember the first time you talked to her, how you got her phone number, how you texted her, the first time you slept together. We got to do it again. And for you to do that, there has to be acceptance. So you can sync together, you can be in the same place and move forward. Also remember, a lot of the communication with her happens indirectly. For example, I give you a text message to send her, you send her the text message, you don't immediately see the reply and the reaction from her. It takes some time. That's why guys who are patient, they can do this so much better. Because I give you a text, you send this text, and if you don't hear back, oh Ben, it's been 1 hour, 2 hours, oh, I should send another text. Boom, they send another text. Then another text. Then from the other side, she looks, and it looks like a crazy guy texting. So you need to be patient and you need to follow the blueprint that I give you so you don't text us randomly. Follow step by step, both on the content of what you send and also the timing between each message. Because when she sees that message, she's not just gonna evaluate you or the situation based on what you write. She's also gonna look at how you can control yourself and not terrorize her with those texts. Very, very unattractive if you send multiple messages. That's why I always say, if you look at your phone, you shouldn't see many boxes on top of each other. You should see one box you, one box her, one box you, one box her. Occasionally you see two boxes you and one box her. Another thing, I probably mentioned this in all my 100 and something videos on YouTube, no contact is not gonna bring her back. It's current communication tells her you're not interested or you don't know what to say, both kill the attraction. It's not good for your recovery and healing because it's like you're pushing your emotions down and you already have communication problems with her. If you do this, if you cut communication, how is it gonna fix anything? You gotta fix the problem between you and her. So we gotta identify what the problem between you and her was, and you gotta get that and work on that. And there's a certain message you should send her once you go separate ways. There's certain things you gotta tell her at a certain time, certain way. I give you those examples in the book. Make sure you download my book. The link is in the description. And to build trust, you really have to look at your situation right now. Every scenario is different. Every breakup is different. Maybe you didn't do something terrible. Maybe you just forgot something. Maybe you just forgot you had plans with her a few times. Maybe you're so busy with work. Or maybe the situation is really bad. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you fucked a friend. Maybe you made a mistake and you cheated. What happened that the trust was gone? I can't tell you with certainty what works for you because I don't know your situation. So every situation is different. It also depends on how long you guys were together. If you're together for only a couple of months, it's not gonna fix anything. If you wait, okay, you know, we were together for 2 months and I cheated 3 times in that 2 months. But if you're together for a few years, a couple of years, I don't know, for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, then the chances of you being able to rebuild the trust is much higher, because it will take her much longer to forget about you. While she's still around, while she's going through this process of healing and recovery, you can tell her the right thing to build more trust. It's also really important to think about what you guys have in common. Do you have kids together? Do you have a house together? Do you have a life together? Do you have anything in common or not? Because let's say you have kids together and you have to communicate, you have to co-parent. And that gives you a lot of opportunities that when you communicate with her, you show her that you've changed, you show her that you can do things and you're reliable. But if you don't have anything in common, it's a little more difficult to build trust, and you have to do everything through text messages and email and social media. Look, there are countless scenarios. I cannot tell you everything here in this video. It's getting really long, and there's no point trying to go through everything because this video is gonna go for hours. Best thing I can tell you, understand my concepts that I teach in other videos, frame control, understand protocols, the 6 protocols, get my 6 protocols and read that. And if she wants to have a step-by-step plan to see what you can do to gain trust, to get her to forgive you, and give her another chance to work on your relationship again, download my book. The link is in the description. Don't worry, I'm going to help you get her back. This is Ben. Make sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you like this video. I'll see you in the next video.